When I bump into somebody I haven't seen for a while, it's common for them to ask if I'm still working on the roofs. When I tell them I'm writing poetry, they'll reply something like, oh aye, how did you get into that? Which is a fair question. How did I make the sideways step for a slate roof in Dunblane to stand in here? Well, the answer is, not without help. Stirling Council funded the first writers' group I attended. The funding was enough to have a published author attend the group on a regular basis. Now this meant every Tuesday, week after week, month after month, I could gather round a table and listen to writers like Maggie Gibson and Chris Pawice talk about stories and poetry. And it was Chris Pawice that took me aside one night and said, I think you should apply for this. He was talking about the New Writers Awards, which are run by the Scottish Book Trust and funded by Creative Scotland. And for anybody that doesn't know, the award gives writers who are starting out some cash, which is great, to help them free up time to write, and further support which can include mentoring and training and performance and a chance to showcase your work to publishers and agents. So obviously, when I heard I had received one, I had trouble fitting through doorways. My chest was that puffed out, my shoulders were that broad. Now, no long after I got the award, I was attending an event in the Hill Fits, which is a place quite close to Stirling. And the people around me were throwing out phrases like past participle and split infinitive, and I thought, right, okay, these people are talking Klingon. If I'm going to get serious, I need to learn the lingo. Now, the Scottish Book Trust had said, if I needed anything, just get in touch and they would help. So I got on the phone and I said, I need grammar lessons. And their reply was, are you sure? And I said, yes. Now, Katrine Armstrong put me in touch with this amazing woman called Margaret Hubbard. And it was arranged that I would sit in a room at the Book Trust and go ahead with the grammar lessons. Now, this was the first one-to-one tuition I'd ever received, and it was stressful. I was cross-eyed by the end of it. Now, after we closed the books, Margaret said to me, you know, when you're at a disco, some people stand at the side and like to shout at the music, and other people are happy to dance. She said, I can come back here as many times as you like and teach you how to shout at the music, or you can learn it naturally as you go along and be happy to dance. I didn't go back for another lesson. Now, the support I got wasn't exactly what I asked for, but it was what I needed. The New Writers Awards are now in their 9th year, and with the help of the Gaelic Books Council, are running the Gaelic New Writers Awards. And quite often, I write in Scots, and you know, I can't remember making that decision. Now, maybe that's because I didn't really have to consider it. Writers and publishers had already opened that road and tarred it and levelled it and planted flowers, which is essential, because the more words we use, the more mischief that can be made, and the more the mischief, the merrier the show. The Live Literature Fund will be 50 years old next year. And again, for anybody that doesn't know, the Literature Fund is a database of over 700 writers living in Scotland. Communities and organisations can access the database and apply for a writer to come to them wherever they are, north, south, east, west, and perform live. The fund covers half the artist's fee and all other travel expenses. Now, the extra income is handy for a writer. But the power of the project is much more important. Authors are travelling through Scotland and performing in prisons, primary schools, libraries, and village halls. The Literature Fund is a bridge, and it's a bridge between readers and writers. It draws them closer together, and it creates a community by supporting the audience just as much as it supports the artist. And getting support is great, but it's even better to give it back. This year, I was given that opportunity. What's Your Story is an online magazine that gives free help to writers between the ages of 13 and 19. And their development programme, amongst other things, encourages the teenagers to start a piece of writing, whatever that may be, and finish it, then organise an event to showcase their work and perform it. Now, I had the pleasure of mentoring two of these young writers. They were talented. In fact, I would say they were exceptional. And it reminded me that you can't just expect books and poetry to appear in shelves. You have to make it possible. And you have to show people, whether they're 7 or they're 70, that it's possible. Readers, listeners, authors, publishers, event organisers, funding organisations, libraries, and anybody who exaggerates and likes to tell a good story are connected. We're part of Scotland's collective imagination. And I'd like to finish by telling you a poem. It's called The Magic. On a cold day, steam rises from the loch. It's the thermocline. Surface water cools, then sinks, replaced by warm water 100 feet below. Today is a cold day, and a family has gathered by the bank to see the monster, I think. But the mist is a shield, and the family seems to be stood by a cloud. One young girl is skimming stones that skip the water and cut the mist. An elderly man is leaning on a cane and standing apart. I approach. His eyes are more blue than sky, the kind of blue you can't reach. I try anyway. Are you a believer? I ask. He frowns, then he smiles, and history appears in the lines of his face. He nods at the loch and says, "That water is deeper than we can fathom. It's our imagination that's moving beneath." He lifts his cane and points at the girl. Possibility is all that's important. Thank you.